We are picking up where we left off yesterday. If you guys didn't see part 1 of this video, be sure to watch part 1 of the turbo install. Today, we're gonna hopefully finish up and get to our first start. We still have a bunch more to do. We're gonna be picking up with starting to install the heat exchanger for the intercooler.
I don't know how many times we're gonna say it though. This is just a great and complete kit. They give you the Loctite they reference in the kit. What we're gonna do is Loctite these 90-degree fittings, put them in and have them point in the same direction.
Point to the left, Cal.
This way.
Yeah, so for reference, guys, this beautiful cooler is gonna be sitting right in front. So rather than having a big front mount intercooler, we're gonna have a little front mount cooler that's gonna sit in the front right here, and our lines are gonna run up all the way to the air to water intercooler. If you guys are not caught up to speed, this BRZ right here is actually being built and is being given away to one of you. You guys have the chance to win and take this car home. We're gonna fly the winner out, spend a day with us here at the shop. You guys get to take delivery of our new BRZ, and you guys will own the car. If you guys are interested in trying to enter the giveaway for this, all you have to do is spend $5 at thehuntingcompany.com to get 1 entry. We have 20 new items restocked on the website, so if you haven't already, click the links down below or just go to thehuntingcompany.com and pick up something, enter the giveaway. Radiator just got mounted. I'm surprised on how snug it fits in there. When you back out, I thought it would be like kind of like front and center, but it actually sits flush against the back of the AC condenser, and it's pretty much hidden. Like when you have a front bumper on here and there's a little bit more like shadowing and shade in this section, you will not be able to tell anything is even there. That's pretty rad. That is like scary fast. I'm like scared. That is no joke. Jeez. It is that time of the month, boys. Today's video is sponsored by Keeps. You guys have heard me say it a million times. 2 out of 3 males will experience some sort of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35. That might seem far away, but 35 is coming up quick. Take it from me, who is gonna be turning 27 this year. 35 is coming real quick. In the prehistoric days, you used to have to go to the doctor's office to get a prescription for hair loss medication. Now, you can do it from the comfort of your own home with Keeps. You can meet with the doctor online and get hair loss prescription delivered to your front door. They make it easy and deliver medication to your home every 3 months, so you can say goodbye to waiting in line at a pharmacy and those awkward visits where you're picking up your medication. If you like your hair and you want to keep it and you want to make sure it's in its best shape, be sure to go to keeps.com/hunt or click the links down below in the description and you can save 50% off of your first order. Keeps.com is there for us, and it's gonna be there for me because I bet I'll be in that 2 out of 3, just out of my luck. I'm gonna be using Keeps soon enough, and you guys should too. Click the links down below, and thank you so much for Keeps for looking out for the boys and partnering with our channel for the last year. All right, let's get back to today's video. This is arguably the most anticipated part of the install. We've done a lot of work on camera. We've done even more work off camera. We're about to throw in the intercooler. So on the 2 sides here, we pre-assembled the fittings for the coolant to go through. Then you have an exit through here. Something you guys haven't seen is we also mounted the pump for the heat exchanger. So that's mounted here. So we're gonna run hoses after this that are gonna feed through here, come up, and are gonna pass through the intercooler. This fitment is great. Everything on this is really good.
Did you put Loctite on this one?
Yes. Okay, so yeah, let's time lapse it.
What's next? We got the intercooler in. We only need to put the pipes or the posts into each port from the sides of the intercooler into the cooler and the pump. So we get
Okay, I don't know what that was.
Okay, all right. So we can get cold water to cool our air so we can have a turbo kit, Tej.
Yeah, dude, let's take a moment and like, what are your thoughts on this layout?
Would you say something?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
It's actually one of the coolest things we've installed. It's very new. This is a very innovative spot, if I'm completely honest. I don't know how they got that in.
This is, in my opinion, like the coolest. I don't want to say like wacky or wonky, because it's amazing. The quality is like 10 out of 10. And just the innovation of it, we absolutely love it. This has been a dream to work on. It's been so much fun. Like honestly, we've been just enjoying ourselves building this.
You know what? The other time we've enjoyed something like this was a supercharger on the Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a great install to do on the weekend with your dad, with your brothers, friends. This is a great install.
Or your dad. I'm his dad.
Or your mom.
Or your mom.
I'm his mom.
Okay, and back to the show here. Yeah, so we're just gonna run these water lines. I guess they're coolant lines, I don't know if they're water lines. We're gonna run these and then plumb them, and then, yeah, let's go.
No, not yet.
It's now the next day, and Calvin and I have done a few more hours of work to get this beer seat ready, and it's now ready for its first start. But before we go ahead and do that, we're gonna walk through everything we have done and show you what's been updated since you guys haven't seen it last, if that makes sense. So here she is. Everything is hard bolted. Everything has coolant in it. The car is ready for its first start. Let's just take a moment and kind of look at the flow of this whole entire system, because as we have been telling you guys from the very beginning, it's very unique. So we have the heat exchanger radiator in the front. We have two lines going to the left of the car that go to this pump. The pump will then send water up through, wrap around through the intercooler, then it gets hot, it comes down, goes through the pump again, goes to the heat exchanger, cools off, comes back, and goes through. That is a closed system just for the air to water intercooler. Then the turbo system, this one's kind of tricky.
So the point of this is to cool our air. Typically you would have the whole air get expanded in a big intercooler so that you could cool air and then it goes into the car. But since we have a tiny water to air cooler, it goes in the intake through the turbine, gets compressed, cooled by the water to air intercooler, then goes in the motor.
We installed the battery, we have the new heat shield, the downpipe goes all the way down, dodges a few things, it gets really close to the heat sheath, but that's what it's there for. It looks great. We added the PVC system, we added the recirculating blow-off valve, retained the stock intake. I think that's it. Are we ready for the first start? So what we have done that you guys haven't seen is I plugged in the little Ecutech module, which I don't know where it is. I think it's at my computer at the moment, but I scanned all the files on the ECU, and then you send that to Works, and then Works emails you back the re-flashed program. And then I just plug it into the OBD2 port, which you guys will see in just a little bit, and then the car will be ready to drive. But right now, it is on a stock tune, and it is safe to start as long as we don't boost the car, obviously. So we're gonna go for our first start, and we're gonna make sure everything is good on the car, and make sure everything looks good, sounds good, no leaks. And then when we get our tune back from Works, I'll show you guys how to upload that to the car, and then we will go for our first drive. Do you want to do it, or should I?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I always do it.
Before we go for our first start too, I have pulled the fuel pump, so when we crank the car, we're not gonna get any fuel into the car, and we're just gonna prime the turbo with oil. Additionally, the car may start for a brief second if there's any residual fuel in the lines, but most likely not. Cal, why don't you crank it? There's no key in the car. That would probably help. All right, there was fuel in the lines. All right, I'm gonna put this back in the car. Let's hope that this doesn't shoot out all of this residual coolant. Kyle, why don't you give her the beans, bud? Nice. Let's go, baby, first try. We're getting a little bit better at this. I remember when we like first started working with cars and stuff, this would have ended. Calvin says it's fine. You don't think I need to hold it? Dude, if that starts squirting out, I'll be so mad. I feel like Calvin and I years ago would have screwed something up like this. And I feel like every time we were going for the first startup, we were always having issues, but keep our fingers crossed, knock on fender, that nothing pops up and gives us any issue.
Excellent work, bud. Each.
Dude, the comment section hated it. They were like, I don't get why you keep saying sheesh.
Come on, man, you gotta howl when you hear this. It's like, it is what it is. It is what it is.
All right, why don't you go ahead and kill it, Cal? Looks great. Has this gotten warm yet? Probably not. It's a little warm. Damn, that's awesome, dude. I love the way this looks, dude. I think it's so rad. It's so cool.
I think we could leave the pump running so that we can get rid of it.
It sucked a little more. Yeah, you want it to turn into accessory mode? So when the car's in accessory mode, this little pump does work, baby. We'll probably end up bleeding a little bit. You can kind of see there's a little bit of movement. We kind of got rid of all the bubbles, but I don't think we'll have any more going through. One of us is gonna have to take that off and catch it as it falls. It'll be me. As we are waiting for the tune to be sent back to us, I'm gonna go ahead and install the coolest thing about this whole entire kit, and that is the Carb legal sticker. This sticker right here verifies that when someone gets pulled over and the officer asks you to pop your hood, you then can smile, look the officer dead in the eye and say, absolutely, sir. I'll gladly pop the hood for you. And then he'll come over here and he'll be like, is this an aftermarket turbo on your engine? And then you'll say, yes, officer, it is. Then the officer will be like, well, that's not legal here in California. And then you could politely interrupt him and say, but look for the Carb legal sticker. It is 100% legal. That is what makes this thing so badass. So I'm gonna put it, I think, right here on the intake, front and center, so you don't miss it. I think like right there. This is so cool. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Let's place this. Yes, sir. Playing by the rules, baby. Let's go. All right, Evan just installed the new tune.
All right.
Only took you about 3.5 hours. The sunlight's almost going down.
We figured it out, brother.
Yeah,
All right, ready?
The flashing process was kind of a while. Yeah, so now we have to start it. We're gonna let this run for 5 minutes at just idle, and then we're gonna go for a drive. All right, so the car's been idling for about 5 minutes now. So the next set of instructions is to go give this a drive and put 10 miles on the car. When we're doing those 10 miles, we wanna make sure we are not going in boost. And we just wanna make sure not to give it too much gas, just baby it for a little bit. Once we reach that 10-mile mark, and then we have the green light to give it some juice. I have my trusty co-pilot, my one and only. I would want no one else with me in this adventure other than my Kuya. Here. All right, we just got back to the shop. We put on 12 miles. Cobb and I just got outside of the car. We made sure everything was good. We ended up having a little bit of a loose coupler on. We had 2 loose couplers on the throttle body. Tighten those back up. So now we're gonna go for our first official pull. So this kit on this tune that we have right now is just the flash tune. And on 91, this kit makes an extra 90 horsepower, which is a lot, but that only gets us to our wheel horsepower to about 260. But from our original 170 wheel horsepower start, big difference.
It's a huge.
That's almost a 50% horsepower increase, which I know everyone's gonna be like, you could get so much more power for different money, blah, 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 blah. But hey, the BRZ's great.
Carb legal.
Carb legal. So everything about this kit has me excited right now.
If you love the BRZ, this is the way to go.
All right, we'll see how smooth it really feels. This is just like a tune that was just sent to us. We'll do easy throttle. Oh, pretty smooth. That was quarter throttle. That was
fun.
That was a little quarter throttle.
This is a little good.
Tune needs to be. Okay, tune needs to be adjusted a little bit. The tune needs to be adjusted a little bit. The moment we get into like, I don't know if you can feel it, Calv.
I felt that.
Yeah, it's not really smooth. We definitely need to get a different tune on this car. This was just their like off the shelf one that they sent straight to us.
Oh, but it makes it a little.
No, it's so, dude, you definitely feel there's a lot more torque. The moment you get into peak boost, which is like, for us, it's about like at 4,500 RPMs. The car is too loud. You can't hear the recirculating blow off valve. I think we might have another boost leak. In a moment. Do you feel it?
I think so.
We're going back to the pits, boys. I think we have another boost leak somewhere. It goes really smooth until we hit like 4,500 RPM to about 5,500 RPM. it's really smooth, and then we're getting some lag, or not lag, but we're getting some, how do I say, it's just not smooth. It gets a little jerky once you get a little higher up on the RPM. So I think it could be another boost leak. Let's just check the car and see what it looks like. We just tightened everything again, made sure it was good. We were able to get a few clamps a little bit tighter, so if this doesn't fix anything, I think we just need to get our tune adjusted a little bit, but we'll see if it's any better. Second gear, wide open throttle. Yeah, we need to get, oh, it's so good up until when the tune doesn't want to like cooperate with us. There's a lot more low end. The moment we get to that 4,500 and we reach peak boost, it climbs to like another 1,000 RPM, and then it kind of gets a little washy and it breaks up a little bit. We definitely need to take this to Bill from Delicious Tuning. He does all of our cars. He can get this thing right where it needs to be, and he might even be able to squeeze out a little more horsepower. Got to make sure that's carb legal, of course. But dude, the kit is sick. I'm super, super happy with it. I wish we had Jimmy Oaks or someone that maybe could just come over real quick tonight and give us a tune. Oh, shit! Like, I mean, if you keep it under the 5,500, which like the BRZ is all about the revving out, so it kind of defeats the purpose, but it is sick. And something you probably won't be able to pick up on camera at all is because the turbo is so close to the firewall, you can actually hear the turbo spooling from the like back right of the engine bay. When you're inside and you have the windows up, you can actually hear the turbo like, God, you want to film like right here? Well, it might work. Probably not. That was probably a waste. You guys probably like, no, teach, dumb idiot. We can't hear that. But you can hear the turbo spooling, which I think anyone who turbos their car, it's pretty safe to say they want to hear the turbo at least just a little bit. And you definitely get the noise. You definitely get the characteristic of the turbo with this setup. It just needs a better tune. That's all we need right now. But I'm happy. I'm super happy. I kind of want to visually show you guys where we're having problems with our tune. I'll tell you guys where I feel our peak boost, and you'll see how long it lasts before we actually kind of get hung up on the RPM. You'll see the needle get stuck around like 55, 6,000, and that's where it starts to break up. So, okay, rolling into it, in boost, and then right here, see it flickering? It like bounces around. It happens really quick because it's second gear, but the moment, okay, full throttle, we got good boost right now, and then it starts breaking up even earlier. So it's like right when we get to that power, right when we actually start to feel it, is where it starts to kind of freak out on us. I see the potential. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm excited and I'm happy that we got our first drive today. You know, I've never done one of the tunes where you kind of like flash your ECU and then send it back and all that type of stuff. This car had a tune on it before, which they didn't know it had. So when we were sending the tunes back and forth, we were having some issues with it because it was reading previous tunes on there. I don't even know, really. I don't ask Jimmy Oaks. I don't know anything about that world. But what I do know is that I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I know we can take it to Bill and he could just fix it for us really quick because it's there. The car runs good until you put max boost in it, which is, you know, the whole entire point. But it's good. I see it. I feel it. I want it. I'm really excited because one of you guys is going to have this car and it's going to be dialed. And to add to the great news, we're having no leaks. We're not getting any suspicious activity in the front, which is great. What's really cool too is you can see this heat shield doing its job. It is very, very warm back here. Not too hot though. I mean, we're running without a hood, so that's kind of where all the heat's going, but this thing is cool. This is the coolest turbocharger kit I've ever seen. And if you're an 86 owner, I really suggest you guys check it out. So I'll link that down below. And if you guys like what you're seeing with this car and you're like, I potentially would want to make this car myself, or hey, maybe I'd want to win it by spending $5 at thehuntingcompany.com. Remember, you guys can do that by clicking the links down below. It's all there. One of you guys is going to take this lucky car home. And what you guys are about to see in the next episode is a full Rocket Bunny kit that I've always wanted to do. And we're gonna start that tomorrow. So if you guys like this series, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you liked out of this video and what you didn't like, because it makes me do a better job the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out and keep moving forward.